Welcome to About Time, a Doctor Who podcast. Today, we're watching Torchwood, and quite frankly, it's about time.
We are here. There you go.
Hello. Hello.
I was being the 456.
I got that, yeah. It sounds like a bus, doesn't it? I'll just take the 456.
There probably is a bus called 456.
Yeah, probably. Hi, listeners. We're back for day 3 of Torchwood.
Day 3 of Torchwood.
And day 3 of consecutive recording, which I don't think we've ever done before.
No. I am enjoying it.
You are enjoying it?
I am.
I thought you were, yeah. Are we just diving straight in then?
Hello. Nothing much has changed because this is day 3.
Yeah.
I'm making a quill.
I was going to mention that. You've been sewing.
I'm reading a book. Done.
What book are you reading?
A Marvellous Light.
By?
Freya Marske?
Mask?
Mask or
Masque, yeah. Is it good?
It is good. It is really good.
Is that the book that had cock in it that you said about?
Yeah, it's the first chapter. It was just like it's like all my loves in one, actually. So it's magic,
yeah,
Victorians,
yeah,
and homosexuals.
Oh, it sums you up, doesn't it?
So if you know me, I love magic. If you know me, I love anything period
Victorian.
Drama, historical, and I'm a gay man.
I think you're going to say, and you love homosexuals.
Oh, I do like homosexuals. Not just gay men. I read sapphic fiction. I read non-binary fiction. I read all the fiction about everybody.
Anywho, do you remember your question from yesterday that you asked listeners? Or should I say last week from listeners' point of view?
Yeah.
You asked, if you were to create a Doctor Who branded food item, what would it be?
Yeah.
Okay. Robbie and Francium87 both said adipose marshmallows.
Oh, that's cool.
That's a brilliant idea. Absorbaloff gummies.
Okay, Absorbaloff, is that Peter Kay?
Yeah.
That's cool. It's like one big blob, and then you like get tweezers with it, and you pick out the things that it absorbs.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be good.
Yeah. Special K9s. A healthy cereal in the shape of little tin dogs.
He's smiling because he likes this one.
I do like that one.
That's cool. I'll give that one a good one.
A chain of pastries called River's Sweeties.
Oh! And so she's got like a sonic screwdriver sausage roll. the sonic roll.
Yeah.
That's cool, I like that one.
I love this pun. Cheesy Dalek bread.
Oh.
Like garlic bread, but Dalek.
I get it, Stephen!
Doner kebab.
that one's good.
And Martha scones. And my other favourite one, mashed narada. It's mashed potato, I'm assuming. You remember the Vashta narada?
Oh my God, we don't call that on this.
Oh God, the gloom, the gloom.
We call it the gloom because whoever came up with that name is a knob.
Stephen Moffat.
Do you know what? Why use 30 letters when you can use 5 plus 3 makes 8?
Vashta narada is not 30.
Well, I'm guessing. I don't know how to spell it, all right? And I don't care how to spell it, and I don't want you to give me a spelling bee lesson. Ooh.
Well, it's certainly not 30 letters.
Who would be happy for a bonus episode? Me giving Stephen a spelling bee.
I don't think anyone finds that entertaining apart from you.
He's actually quite a good speller.
You've done this to me before. You Google like hardest words to spell, and then you test me on them.
Actually, I googled the most extreme spelling test, and you got quite a lot of them right.
Yeah,
I think you missed 2.
I've always been a good speller. When I was in year 3, we were split into spelling groups, and we got different tests depending on our ability level of spelling. I got moved up into my own group. I was the only person in a group.
Oh. How far you have fallen.
Oh, shush! Yeah, I bet everyone thought, oh, he's going to do something with his life. No, he's just going to...
Oh, he's so bright, he could be a doctor. No, doesn't know.
He just chats shit about Doctor Who on a podcast.
Chat shit?
Yeah.
Chat shit?
Chats shit.
No, you should chat shit.
Oh, whatever. Anywho, have you got a question for listeners today? Will you tell us at the end?
Yes.
Okay. Right, well, let's crack on then about Torchwood Day 3. A lot happened.
A lot happened.
Torchwood have got a new makeshift hub in their sort of rundown factory or whatever it is.
Yeah. It was Torchwood 1's, like, storage area, they said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really understand how they got the electricity. They said they needed electricity. Like, how do you... Some sort of generator or something, but...
Yeah, so I think they hacked the grid.
Oh, right.
Because you saw the little screen before they got electric, and that I thought they were hacking the grid.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, I don't know how that works, but we'll go with that.
Basically, you hack the grid, and you tell it to give that property electric.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but they've got to have the cables... I suppose it would already have
It's
had
already
it.
there in the ground.
Hadn't thought of that. Yeah.
People don't just... When they've cut off your electric, they don't actually have
No,
someone
I know,
with a pair of scissors.
I think it's because the building looks like just like a warehouse or like it's just some big shed.
Yeah.
Like it didn't really look like it would have had electricity, but if it was a factory or something, I guess it would.
Yeah.
And there was that great I call it the hustle montage with the little like, you know, them pretending to take people's cards when they're waiting tables and stuff.
Crims.
Yeah. I think Yanto can get away with it in his suit, but then Jack was doing it in his like t-shirt and jogging bottoms and was like a bit less believable.
Yeah. I love Yanto.
Yeah.
He is so vulnerable.
Yeah.
He's in love.
He is.
And I just want them to say it.
Yeah.
I want them to say, oh my word.
What?
If Rose or someone looked into the TARDIS again, they could unwrite Jack as a fixed point and he'd be mortal again.
I suppose. But wouldn't that mean he'd just... All those times when he's died in the past, him coming back gets undone, so he's just dead.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
I like your thinking. There was that great scene where Yanto was asking him about if he thinks he's ever gonna like run out of luck or whatever.
Yeah.
And Yanto's sort of realising the fact that one day Jack will have to see him die of old age.
Yeah.
And Jack will just go on. Like he's been in relationships before.
Yeah.
And the same thing's happened.
Yeah, but the thing is that they haven't really said they're in a relationship.
Well, they did. In the first episode, they were saying about being a couple. They were dancing around it, and Jack said, yeah, we are a couple. He did say that.
Oh.
It's kind of like what happens with the Doctor. You know, when Rose realised that, you know, she can't stay with the Doctor forever because he will regenerate and she will die.
Oh my God, do you think the Doctor that she ran off with into her own parallel world got a new name?
A new name?
Or did he just call himself Doctor...
Who?
Doctor.
That's a good point, actually, because, I mean...
Who gave him paperwork?
Yeah, you need to be... Maybe he went by John Smith, probably.
But biologically...
Yeah.
Biologically, the children that come out of that union are the Doctors. Because they're biologically the same. The Doctor and
it gets
the
a bit
man.
confusing, because remember, he's part human, that version.
Yeah, but he's still got the Doctor's DNA.
He hasn't got fully the Doctor's DNA, because the Doctor is Time Lord, and there's a bit of human in there.
Yeah, but... Okay, let me put it this way. Your dad is your dad, yeah?
As far as I know, yes.
Yeah. He had you. If you looked into your DNA, you'd see your dad's face. And your mum's face.
Yeah.
Like, swimming around each other.
Okay, so
like
what are you saying?
chromosonial. That he's got a little bit of human, but he's also got a lot of Time Lord. So the Time Lord bit is still in that baby.
Okay, well, we don't even know if they've had a baby.
Yes, they have.
We don't know that.
Yes, they have.
We don't know that.
Yes, they have. In my fantasy brain, yes, they have.
Okay, well,
and they've called it...
Here in the real world, where we watch what's on TV, we haven't.
Either like Tardy. Tardone. I think TARDIS is a great name for a child, actually.
So it kind of does feel like Reese is a real part of the team now.
Yeah, I love Reese.
But it was funny the way Jack said, oh, looks like you're a part of the team. And he was like, you can stick it, mate.
Yeah, it's good. Like, yeah. I would say the same thing.
Yeah. He is lovely though, isn't he?
Yeah, he's my favourite character.
Yeah. The actor did such a good job. Yeah.
He does a good job of being just this down-to-earth...
normal.
Real... He's
nice.
Real.
Even when he had a moment, didn't he? Because Jack said about Gwen being pregnant, and he was like, "Last a bloody no," and he went storming off.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, Gwen just needs to tell him that their technology picked it up earlier than... Yeah. I don't know if pregnancy sticks can pick up 3 weeks. Probably.
Ooh, speaking of which...
Has Monica got back to us?
Monica's got back to me.
Monica, you lifesaver. Dr. Monica. Can we have a thing called Dr. Monica's Corner?
Yeah. She should have her own jingle.
Yeah, and we could ask her questions about things that happened in the show, and is it
Does
plausible.
it medically make sense?
Does it medically make sense?
Where are we?
She's German. She's fun. She's really, really cool. This is Monica's...
Corner.
I stole your jingle, Chew.
You did. Anywho, I'm really looking forward to telling you what she said.
Because I'm wrong.
Because it turns out I was right.
Okay.
So you remember I said that at 3 weeks it was just going to be a tiny little bundle of cells, so tiny, like nothing is going to affect it at that point.
Yeah.
She basically confirmed that. So she says...
I did say, just to clarify, that I'm not a doctor.
Yes, you did say that. She gave me a lot of interesting information about exactly when you start counting the weeks from, because you can count it from actual conception or you can count it from your last period.
Oh.
So it depends. But normally people count it from when their period was because that's when they notice.
Yeah.
But with Gwen, it's different because the Torchwood technology was able to tell her exactly.
Yeah.
So we know she's 3 weeks from conception.
Actually, Clem told her.
Yeah, I'm just saying, as far as she knew, he was just a crazy old man. So she had to, get the proper thing. Anyway, Monica says, at 3 weeks, the real question is, would the embryo be harmed? Which is what we wanted to know.
Yeah.
She says, it's tiny. I mean, tiny, tiny. You wouldn't detect it on an ultrasound. Until week 9, all organs start to develop. It's hard to say, but I'd guess physical harm like a bomb blast is not as harmful as ingesting teratogenic stuff like certain drugs. So I guess, you know how like drinking and smoking is bad for the... Yeah. So that would affect it, but like a physical blow would probably not, is what she's saying. She said the cells have not yet formed into what we think of when we hear embryo. No limbs, no heart, just a couple of cells starting to form different sorts of tissue. But then, as a little caveat, she says at the end, I hope no neonatologists are listening, as I'm sure I got the weeks wrong somehow.
Okay. Just to clarify, Monica is a doctor. She is certified in Germany.
Yes, but she's not in birth.
She doesn't work in gynecology.
No. She's an anaesthetist.
She's an anaesthetist. And we'll have to ask her if she's okay to have that on the podcast.
Yes.
But that's interesting.
Yeah, very interesting.
See, I'm wrong then. I was wrong.
I know, that was my favourite bit. I read all her message and I was like, thank you so much for this information. And then I said, so what I get from this is that I was right? And she was like, yes, exactly. I was like, I can't wait to tell Ben that.
But the thing is, though, can I tell something? Can I tell something to the podcast?
What?
Everyone who listens to this podcast and everybody in the world, you are a miracle that you are here today.
Anywho, so that concludes our pregnancy chat for today. So the government put out a thing. They closed all the schools.
Yes.
Which very much reminded me of COVID and lockdown.
Yeah.
The Prime Minister doing his address to the nation. Then Rhiannon and Johnny open up their, like a childcare service.
Daycare.
Yeah. 10 quid a kid.
10 quid a kid. Entrepreneurial, you got to give it.
I know. It's a bit taken advantage, though, isn't it?
He had about what? I would say about 15 children in that room.
Yeah.
150 quid right there.
Yeah.
But £10 for a whole day, that is cheap.
That's very cheap, yeah.
That is very, very cheap.
Oh, I wrote a note here. I was going to ask you about Jack and the connection he has to Ellen Hunt and Andrew Staines and Michael, whatever it was. But I forgot, actually, by the end of the episode, that gets revealed.
Yeah, but I kind of cottoned on that he was something to do with the operation. The operation.
From that time, yeah.
But thing is, though, I think there's more to it than just giving the 4, 5, 6, 12 children.
Okay, what makes you think that?
Because I don't think Jack would really do it until his hand was tied.
Yeah.
But Jack is quite good at choosing the hard route.
Yes. For
the better of the majority.
Absolutely. That's exactly what Jack is. He's not the Doctor, because the Doctor that would never be acceptable to the Doctor. But Jack does not have the resources that the Doctor has.
Yeah. Jack
is stuck on Earth.
Yeah.
Jack has to make the difficult choices, and so yeah.
And I do think that Jack is going to be like 10% is too much.
Of course it is.
12 is too much.
Yeah. 1 is too much.
Yeah. But the thing is, though, something tells me that Clem is the key to something.
Okay.
He's got an unusual gift that he can smell them. How did he get that? How did he get that he can smell the truth? He can smell... Or is it a gift that came through from the 456? Because it has to be one or the other. It's this bestowed gift, or it's a mutation.
We'll find out.
Oh, when are we going to talk about the puking pustules of a chamber?
So the 456.
Yeah.
They arrive.
They come down from the sun. They live on the sun.
Not the sun.
I'm sorry. What? Why are they flaming?
That's just how they travelled. They travelled in a pillar of flame. It's the sort of teleport.
Oh,
That's what it looked like to me.
weird. But then they look like some kind of weird octopus fish thing. And this smoky gas chamber thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, they couldn't afford to get something good.
Right, I disagree.
Some good.
So there are two. Okay, so there's that. That has obviously annoyed you that you can't see them clearly.
Yeah.
And the other thing that's annoyed you is that they are being called the 456 and they don't have a proper name.
Yeah.
Both of those things, in my opinion, make them scarier because if you can't see it very clearly, and if you don't know what its name is, if something doesn't have a name, it's scarier because if you know what something is, it makes it less scary. I strongly believe that the less you see, the creepier it is. It's like in a ghost story, like. It's not scary to see the ghost.
But the thing
it's scary to see.
it's not about, for me, this is not about being scary. I'm not here for a horror film.
But it's tension.
Yeah, but the thing
It's effective.
This is good, but I think there should be some kind of reveal.
Well, who knows? You've still got 2 episodes to go. You might see more.
Day 4 and day 5.
Yeah, I'm just saying, at this point, I think
day 5 is going to be a good episode.
What about day 4?
It's going to be a lead-up episode. It's going to be a classic Artie Davies thing.
Okay.
Oh my god, no. If it's going to be true classic Artie Davies,
Yeah.
he loves to do a death before the end. So his darkest points are normally deaths. Okay?
Okay.
So, Cucumber.
I know exactly what you mean. Programs he's done before, there tends to be a death, not in the final episode, but the penultimate episode.
Or around that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
A big significant death that will shape the rest of the story.
Right.
And so, like, you had... Okay, I agree. He is good at it because in Years and Years, he died. And I was absolutely devastated.
I know you were.
Because he was my favourite character. He was real. He was honest. If you haven't watched Years and Years, give it a watch. If you haven't watched Cucumber, give it a watch. Just like I've spoiled
Ben's just spoiled them, yes.
I'm sure it's 2 spoily, magically big things.
Okay. So you think that this is following that same pattern?
Yeah.
But he hasn't followed that in other Doctor Who related things, has he?
No, because Doctor Who is very fantastical.
Yeah, or Torchwood, previous Torchwood.
And contained episodes.
Oh, I see. Yes. I get what you mean, actually.
This is an arc
It's
over
a
5
serialised
episodes.
thing, yeah.
So he's got more to play with, and he needs something to shape the team.
Yeah.
To rise, almost like from the ashes of a phoenix.
Yeah.
They rise.
But we've only just, if you think about it, this is at day 3. We only just lost 2 of the main cast members like 3 episodes ago.
Yeah, but there's been a massive gap.
So...
Don't get me started, Stephen, on Tosh.
Yeah.
Tosh.
I love Tosh as well.
Tosh deserved to be in this sequence.
Yeah.
She deserved to have her moment to shine.
Yeah.
Like, not shine because she shined in a lot of different ways, but I'm sorry, to have her write off and then write this amazing... Actually, it is... Whoop!
Yeah,
it's gone
good.
right. It's gone... I'm invested. I know when I really like something because I get invested and I want to watch it. And I've said to Stephen that I could easily binge the next 2 episodes tonight.
I told you it was good.
But no, I do think Tosh deserved to be in this.
Yeah. So, okay, if you think there's going to be a death...
Reese.
Oh.
I think Reese is going to protect Gwen. And then she's going to be absolutely livid. She is going to be ballistic. And she is going to single-handedly turn to Frobisher and say, you made this mess. Now my child is fatherless because of you. And then she'll probably pop him in the head.
That would be.
No,
impactful,
I absolutely would be absolutely devastated because he's my favourite character. It could be Yanto, it could be Yanto's sister. No, not big enough character for it.
Could be Gwen.
No. Why say that she's pregnant? Oh,
because it'd be extra tragic.
That'd be a big loss for Reese.
2 deaths in a way. Yeah.
That's all he's wanted is with her, is to have a family. To be normal. That is what a child for him is. It's normality of the world.
Yeah.
I want to know how much they get paid, because Gwen said she hid her paycheck from him.
As in, it's quite a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All that technology, and this little nobody was able to destroy it.
Little nobody?
John Frobisher.
Well, he has the power of the government behind him.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, like, all that money invested, and isn't Torchwood in some kind of law?
Yes.
And so they have to have a Torchwood team.
I guess at the moment everyone's preoccupied with what's going on with 456.
Yeah.
And they're hoping that the fact that they put a bomb inside it is going to be swept under the carpet.
Yeah. You can just see it. Queen Victoria's ghost comes out of her coffin and says, I remember saying that you need to do this, bitch, so do it.
So do you think at time of this episode going out, like the Queen Elizabeth, was she aware of Torchwood?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I would love?
Yeah.
Is actually, like, Torchwood is more powerful than the Prime Minister.
Yeah. Well, they are very powerful. They work as a team.
And that is why they're the back. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good dynamic. I'm
glad he kept his ghoulies out of this episode. I'm sorry, I've seen enough bums and people in their boxers. I just want
You can never see enough.
Yes, you do. I want gritty, I want story, I don't want things in my eyeballs. I want to see aliens. I want to see the 456 actually, not some obscured... Oh my God, it just feels like...
To me, what you can see in the tank looks like crab claws, crab pincers.
Yeah. Why are they puking up guts?
Well, that's a very good question.
They're dying.
Is that what you think?
I think the species is dying, and the only thing they can do is maybe they are parasitic hosts.
Mm-hmm. That's why they want the children.
Yeah, so
they're dying and they want the children to survive.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the Prime Minister and his...
What a fucking sleazeball.
So his choice to get the dialogue to be conducted by Frobisher and the Civil Service.
Well, we're doing that because Peter Capaldi is a better actor.
Well, he is. Well, no, they're both very good, but Peter Capaldi is excellent.
Yeah,
I love him in these scenes where the tension, and you can tell he's absolutely fucking terrified, and he's doing his best to be diplomatic and everything. It's amazing.
But what power do they have over the Earth?
What do you think?
That's the thing. Like, what is to stop Earth from saying, "All right, squibbly dibbly"?
What, just shooting them?
Yeah.
Well, that one that's come into the tank is one. It's an ambassador.
Oh, it's got multiple heads then. It's like a Hydra.
They could shoot that. They could kill that creature, but there's probably others.
So you think there's a fleet of ships? Well.
And they're an alien race. Who knows what they could do? They could probably just wipe out the Earth in one
Stephen,
snap.
They have to live in gas. And why is that?
Well, we have to live in the air that we breathe.
Yeah.
If we went to a planet where air like this didn't exist, we'd have to ask them to provide us with.
Yeah, and the alien, the squibbly dibbly thing was like, we want 10% of your children. We want a gift. How is that fucking a gift? A gift is a Marks and Spencer's voucher for £10. Not 10% of the world's children.
Okay, so what was going through your mind when they said that?
I was trying to work out how many children.
So we worked out it was about 200 million, didn't we?
Yeah.
Based on today's population.
But... Yeah. And I was like, do you know what? You can fucking jog on.
Yeah. But that's the thing. Like, we were saying this earlier, like, even giving them one child is too much.
Yeah.
And yet, as soon as they say that, you can tell, I bet you can tell that...
He's already going through, well, I'm not going to give you my children.
Yeah, Peter Capaldi's thinking, yeah.
But you can have Susan and Derek's children who are on benefits and...
Exactly.
But what makes them any better than his children?
Exactly.
Oh, you've got a better job, but Derek works down at Marks and Spencer's or Tesco's and he actually stocks the shelves for food for normal folk.
Yeah.
He's more important than you.
You're very good.
What do you mean?
Because they literally go on and have this exact conversation in the next episode.
Oh, what a sick conversation.
Anyway, we'll come to that. I probably shouldn't have told you that. Spoilers, but...
No, you have. Spoilers.
But you hit the nail on the head. That's what you do.
Bet you he's going to turn and say, I don't have my children.
Well, you would, wouldn't you? I mean, what would you do in John Frobisher's position?
I would say no.
Then they're just going to blow the Earth up.
Well, they haven't said what they're going to do.
Yeah, well, let's assume that they're going to do that. Let's assume they've said that.
But then I would turn to them and say, this is above my pay grade. And I'd walk out. And I would look the camera dead in the face. I'd turn to the camera and say,
yes,
you were elected to speak for this country, not me.
Yeah.
Stop using me as a fucking scapegoat.
Yeah.
You have no children. I have children. You deal with this and walk out.
But there is an issue there, which is that the other countries are getting a bit like, well, excuse me, why is Britain being the one that communicates with the aliens?
Well, do you know what? You can gladly have it, babes.
Yeah.
Come get it. Like, literally, we'll make sure it's fed. You do your 2 weeks worth of security checks. If you want it that badly, have it.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that John Frobisher should be a man and say, no, you were voted in. This is your job, not mine. And you are using me as a human shield. I've got a family. Fuck off.
Yeah. I think the thing with the 456 is they have power. They have a lot of power, that we don't know how they do certain things. We don't know how they're making all the children speak and speaking through the children. And that gives them power. And this also, like I said earlier, about not giving a name. Remember they said, you call us 456, then that is our name.
Yeah.
That's them saying, we don't have to answer to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is, though, I think that it's a wavelength thing.
Yeah.
Because it's children of a certain age.
Yes.
And we all know that your ears lose sections of hearing as you grow through age. And that is how they control them. It is a frequency thing.
Yeah. Speaking of which, did you used to be able to hear that TV sound, when you turn the TV off? In the 90s, when we were growing up, when the TV turned off, there was this like high-pitched sound.
I don't know.
And adults couldn't hear it.
It was a very long time ago.
But children, and I knew it. And then I got to an age where I stopped hearing it. And obviously, I don't even know if modern TVs still do it. But
I don't know.
Yeah. Anyone listening, if you are of a similar sort of age and you remember the sound of TVs, let me know. So Lois is back on board.
Thank the Lord. Oh my God, I'm sorry, but did you see the dirty look that Susan gave her?
Bridget, yeah.
She looked more like a Susan. When she's walking across, she was like,
what do you think you're doing?
What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah. So let's talk about her jealousy. When Lois was like, oh, Mr. Frobisher wanted me there. It was a private conversation. And she was like, she can see, obviously, she's banging him, she thinks.
Yeah.
And then she turns around and she's like, don't go thinking you're the first. So meaning what, she's had an affair with him?
Yeah.
Crazy.
100%.
Yeah.
Government officials boink left, right and centre.
Mm.
We know it.
Who was that? Oh, Matt
Hancock and
and it's like
Deirdre from the Counts was like, they're boinking. I'm like, you are a government official.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Stop.
Yes.
And then he went on fucking thingamajiggy.
Celebrity.
I was like, oh, you fucking knob.
Yeah. Anywho, what was I saying?
If you could be Prime Minister, would you?
Oh, no, absolutely not.
If you could be anything in the government, would you?
No.
Oh.
Me personally, no, because I don't have the stamina for anything like that.
No, I wouldn't. It's a stressful job.
Mm.
And imagine if aliens came, your first day,
like Lois,
Keir Starmer's first day, aliens start coming down. It's like, oh, this is fun.
Shit. Yeah. But yeah, Lois is using the contact lenses, which is nice. I like the fact that they've upgraded them for this series because do you remember when Martha used them?
No.
In series 2? I think it was just a bit convenient that they were watching what she was seeing and they could just hear what people were saying and it was never really explained.
Yeah.
And in this one they've said, well, they've got lip reading software and it sort of speaks it, text to speech. And apparently they've all had to go using the contact lenses at home for shenanigans.
I don't get it.
Well, I'm guessing they just wear them while they're having sex and 10 messages to each other. I don't know.
So my personal opinion is that they're not together. One's at the office.
One's in another room. Oh,
no, one's at the office. One's at the office.
Yeah,
and he's at either she's wearing it or he's wearing them.
Mm. Well,
babes, you live in the same town. You're probably 10 minutes down the road. Just go down home for a quickie and come back to work.
Anywho,
be normal.
That's normal, is it?
What, going home for a quickie?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Also, we learnt more about Alice. Her mother was called Lucia Moretti, and she was a Torchwood employee.
And then the lady said, "Oh, natural causes, that's a rarity for Torchwood."
Mm.
Yes, it is, babes, because apparently you sign away your life when you Torchwood.
So Lucia Moretti was the previous Yanto, potentially his previous work relationship. Yeah,
he doesn't get out very much, so he boinks everybody at the workplace.
Yeah. And also, you pointed this out. A number of times I've watched this and I've never seen this.
What?
That Alice's coat is reminiscent of Jack's coat. So I liked that. That was good.
That's because I'm a visual person.
You are. And you're into fashion. You did a fashion degree.
I've got a fashion degree, but...
I've often said you should go into costume design.
I've chosen a different career.
You have now, yes. So we're gradually ticking off what you've not gone into. You're not a doctor. You're not a costume designer. Does that narrow it down?
I'm going to be in the latest series of Doctor Who.
Are you?
Yeah. The 20th Doctor... No, we're on...
15 at the moment.
15. The 16th Doctor is...
That's my cue to stop watching. The Daleks say exterminate, and you're like, absolutely not. And I turned to them and I said, no, you do not. How dare you?
Kind of think I've made good TV. If I'm that dramatic in normal life.
Or the Cybermen try to speak and you're just like, scoobly dibbly, blah, 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 blah.
I don't do that. Anyhow, are we done?
Yeah, I think so. So
good.
What do you think? Well, you've already said some things you think are going to happen.
Yeah, we're gonna have this.
You think there's going to be a major
next
death?
episode is going to be a moral episode, isn't it? It's going to be like we're going to look at like Frobisher's morals versus maybe you should just fight.
But there's a problem. You don't know what you're up against because, like you said, we haven't seen. We can assume they've got forces up in the sky, but
UNIT. That's the world like puts money into
United Nations. Yeah.
So why don't they have like a person that is? Why didn't the head of that talk for the world?
Well, they talked about that because the UNIT guy said, I suggest UNIT takes over. And then the Prime Minister talked them out of that because they didn't want it leaking out about what happened in 1965. He said to him, well, no, that they've chosen Britain. We don't want to piss them off, so let's just stick with it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they could have done that. UNIT could have handled it. But, yeah.
Anywho, a 1, a 2... 1, 2, 3, 4.
Patreon, shout outs. Patreon, shout outs.
Shout out!
Okay.
I've got a good clap, haven't I?
You've got the clap.
Stephen!
Just your weekly reminder that we exist on Patreon, and you can support us on there if you wish. And if you do, we'll be incredibly grateful, and you'll be joining the ranks of Louisa.
Louisa's cool.
Philip's
cool.
Northerly.
Northerly's cool.
Jason's
cool.
Joe
is cool.
Tom
is cool.
Louie's
cool.
Michael's
cool. Ferner's cool too. Heather's cool. Benny's cool. Caleb's cool. Monica's cool. Amber's cool too.
Jess
is cool. Kaylee's cool. Kieran's cool. Jay's cool. Owen's cool. Natalie's cool. Imogen's cool. Sarah's cool. Aaron's cool. Jake's cool. Matt's cool. Ryan's cool too.
And Janie.
Just Janie, and Janie's cool too.
Wow.
Had to get my Just Janie in.
So those are our wonderful patrons. If you'd like to join them, you'd be getting access to early access episodes.
They could be called the Cool Gang.
The Cool Gang?
Because they say they cool.
Yeah, or the Fantastic Gang. The Fantastic... What?
I was going to shorten the word when I was saying, what about the Fanny Gang?
Hey, Fanny Gang. In America, that means something different to over here.
Fanny?
Yeah.
Well, in this country, it means vagina.
Yeah, in America, it means bum, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Anywho, on that note, you'll get early access to our episodes about a month in advance. You will get access to our special Patreon-only episodes and a variety of other lovely things, as well as just the knowledge that you're supporting to weird little men.
Oh my god. Clem could smell the queer.
Oh my god! Where did that come from?
Because I thought, we're gay and we're queer. And no, he can smell it.
Yeah. Who's the queer? He's queer. I can smell it.
Yeah.
That's like when you're at school and like you're in the closet. The older boys are like, yeah.
He's queer. I can see it.
Yeah. Anywho, on that queer note. What's your question for listeners?
My question is this. If you could create a spin-off, what would the spin-off be? Now,
that's a good question.
My spin-off would probably be something along the veins of Sarah Jane, like journalist-based and all this, but for adults.
Oh, right.
So almost like Veronica Mars meets Doctor Who, meets Sarah Jane.
So who would your lead character be?
My lead character would be someone who has been trusted to... I would recast her, no offence to whoever, but someone like Rani, someone like Maria. But if you wanted to use an actress or an actor that has come from it, Donna.
Yeah. Martha?
Martha's a doctor, though.
Oh, yeah. Donna's not a journalist, is she?
But she's a temp. Close enough. She's the best temp in Hackney.
Chiswick.
Oh.
All the Doctor Who fans listening just rolled over in their graves.
Why?
It's Donna Noble, best temp in Chiswick, is what she's known as, and you were just like, best temp in Hackney?
I don't know. She looks like a Hackney babe.
Anywho. We will be back next episode to discuss Day 4 of Torchwood, Children of Earth.
Slightly unadventurous titles. I get why they did it.
It's all one thing. It's Children of Earth.
I would have just called it that.
They could have just called it Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, but they called it Day 1 because they are on consecutive days.
Yeah.
Anywho, until that time...
Stay cool, stay safe, stay fantastic.
That was really hard for me to sync up with.
I'm unpredictable.
That you are.
I haven't had my medication today.
You think he's joking, but he actually hasn't.